Okay, so today's knot is going to be the woggle, which is a 3-lead 4-bight Turk's head. Instead of tying it on the left hand, which we did last time, we're going to now tie it on the right hand. So if anyone finds that easier, then here's the instructions for that. So the woggle, which we'll explain later on as a 3-lead 4-bight, what that actually means. If you want more information, just see the video for the one tied on the left hand. Okay, so what you're going to need is a tube of card or a piece of doweling, a piece of wood. This one is about 1 inch diameter. Anything between 1 inch and about 3/4 of an inch is probably about fine. So this example, I'm going to use 2 cords of 1.5 meters, but realistically you need 1 meter for each Turk's head, or a little bit less. So depends on how your design is, how much you'll actually need. So I'm going to find the middle of the rope. Like I said, this is 1.5 meters. So there's our 75 centimeter mark. I'm going to use a hairband just so that helps keep all the cord out the way. So we've got about 75 centimeters to work with. So if you've got a watch, that's another way of helping out. It just means that it doesn't get in the way. So stage 1, all the extra cords at the back of your hand, and then the cord should come between your thumb and your index finger into your palm like that. So we're going to split the fingers in the middle there and bring the cord up for those fingers in the middle. Then we're going to go round and over the palm like that. Next, we're going to go through this gap now between the pinky finger and your ring finger like that, and it's going to go through the last gap, which is this one here, down like that. Now this is where we're going to start going over and under. So the first thing we're going to do is to go over this one here that goes across the fingers and under the one that comes between the thumb there. So poke that through like that, put it down, and there we go. That's the next stage. Over there and under there. And lastly, the bit more tricky bit is that we're going to weave over this one, under this one, over this one, and under this one. So from this side, we're going to go over, under, over, and under. You see that? So it's gone over, under, over, under. Pull that reasonably tight, not too tight. Okay, so that's the basic part of your knot done. Just if you've got a band, take that off now, or feed that through the loop. It's up to you. So this bit now, what we need to do is to take it off your fingers. So just carefully wiggle your fingers out like that, and there we go. There's our woggle. Okay, so here is our 3-lead 4-bight Turk's head, and what that means is these loops are the bights. So 1, 2, 3, and these ones here, that one there is your 4th. And the leads is where the rope crosses over. So we've got one here and one there and one there. There's our 3 cords. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. However you want to count it, it's the amount of cords it takes to go from the outside to the inside. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what we're going to do now, as it's quite flat, we're going to turn it into a ring by using our pole or our tube, pop that in the middle like that. Okay, so that's through that square shape in the middle. And we're just going to squash that down like that, and it gives you a circle shape. Now it looks quite messy at the moment, and what we need to do is to tighten up a little bit so it fits snugly around the tube, but not too tight. So what we can do is start off on one of these ends, pull it slightly tighter, and follow it around. So that's the one there. And pull that through. And that one there. This is the tricky bit. Make sure this goes tight. Okay, so that should take you a minute or two to make sure you're happy with that. Now, what I did on the other video where I tied it on my left hand, I took one of these working ends, the longer one, and I started to follow the other cord and kept pulling it through like that, and I kept following it along. Now for this video I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to use a second colour straight away. So for this one, second colour, let's just take that out of the way first, out of the way. Here we go. So second colour, what I'm going to do is follow, like train tracks, parallel lines. It's going to keep following the same cord as it goes round. So one thing you got to watch, make sure you don't get it caught on the tube. Yep, see? I'm just going to follow it round. And because I'm doing 3 separate cords, it gets quite messy. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. So you can catch me up when I've done all of this. Okay, so I now have 2 colours. You see how this bit here needs to be sorted out, and we need to join these together. We'll do that later. Like I said, we're going to do a third colour. So I've got this blue here, the darker blue. And yeah, so if you want to stop there, you can do. I'm going to work on a third colour. I'll see you at the end. Okay, so that is my 3 coloured woggle. So you could do like a red, white and blue if you wanted to. So this is the tricky bit. Now we've got to tidy this up. Now if you had the one colour, what you could do is, I know I've got loads of cut cord here, but that's because I've used 1.5 meters, where if you're using 3 colours, I suggest you probably only need about 75 centimeters each colour. So what I would do is sew the blue together, that dark blue. So between the gap here, I'd run a needle and thread through this gap and sew the 2 blues together. Now this is another trick that I learned a while ago. Because there's 3 colours, what we could do is stagger them by moving the blue to a different area, the light blue. Just by pulling out one colour and adding another. So I probably shouldn't have taken that one out, saying that. There we go. So there we go. So we could sew our dark blue here and our light blue over here, so it doesn't become too bulky. And then our red, what we could do is move that to over here. There we go, like that. So you don't have all the joints in the same place. So we could join the 2 reds together there, the 2 dark blues there, and then the 2 light blues there. And there we go. So there is our tri-coloured 4-bight 3-lead Turk's head, which was tied on the right hand. Thank you very much.